Previously on Octane Academy.
Let's get it on!
Out of thousands who applied, 24 amateur drivers battled it out in the Octane Academy draft.
Whoa!
Tanner Foust, Vaughn Gittin Jr., Brian Deegan, and Ken Block each selected 4 drivers for their team.
I can't even think about it. Like, I'm so elated right now.
Now Kyle Johnson, Robert Strohmeyer, Rafael Santos, and Zach Ralston will go head-to-head. But only one will win the right to represent Tanner Foust in the Octane Academy finale.
I'm not one to back down. I'm gonna put up a fight.
My mindset is to win everything. And everybody else can it.
Ford Racing pros, Brian Deegan, Tanner Foust, Ken Block, and Vaughn Gittin Jr. are looking for the next motorsports superstar. The one driver who has what it takes to win it all at Octane Academy.
To win my camp, you're gonna need to have some common denominator basic skills that translate to anything with 4 tires. You need to be competent behind the wheel of a car and be able to take instruction, apply it under the absolute highest pressure I can possibly put on them. I want the nerves, I want the shaking. I want to see their absolute core fight or flight instincts. I want to see adrenaline, I want to see it come to the surface, and then when the clock starts, all that goes away and they just click off the technique like clockwork and bang out the best time that they've ever done. I went ahead and ranked the guys after my draft round just to give a little competitiveness between them. One of the guys I thought from the interview that would be #1 on the list was Zach. Turns out in the driving, he wasn't. And back to neutral, But I still think there's a lot of potential there. He's got a lot of tools in the bag that I think just need to be shaped.
My brother and sister were my biggest motivators. They didn't get to experience life like I get to right now, so I definitely want to give it my all and not give up.
I got a couple angels looking over me right now, so I'm gonna bring it.
Robert was my #1 pick. He's a guy with a lot of high horsepower experience.
Going to Iraq and putting my racing career on hold was definitely heartbreaking. It's always what I've wanted to do. Now, I made it through the qualifier. I made it through the draft. Hell yeah, I'm back in the game. I mean, I'm on Octane Academy. I'm ready to dismantle these guys.
Nice work, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
That was solid.
Kyle Johnson is kind of a dark horse. Backroads learning guy. He's got a love of things with 4 wheels. That's just how he is.
I don't have road course experience. I don't have drift experience, just dirt ovals, but being able to feel what a car does, I'm really good at, and I think that's why Tanner picked me, because he wanted somebody that could be able to adapt, and I feel like I can adapt to pretty much anything.
I think he's learned a lot already, but his mind is open. He's ready to take in some information. He's going to be good.
Do I look sexy?
Rafael, he was a bit of a wild card for me. I honestly thought in the first round he was going to probably not be able to hack it.
I made it by the skin of my teeth into Tanner's camp.
Good. And gas.
But I did make it, and I feel like the position that I'm in right now, I just have a lot more to prove. I know what I need to bring now. I have a better sense of what Tanner's looking for. I have a better sense of the car, so I think that all those things are gonna culminate. Hopefully I'll come out successful, make people back home in New York proud.
He's got great instincts. He's a little bit eager. Hopefully he can turn that energy into something good.
Yeah! Nice job,
Yeah.
That's the lineup. I see only 1 or 2 threats on other people's teams, but I got a handful of threats, so it's an awesome team. Hey guys, welcome to OMSC. This is the team where we run our Rockstar cars out of. We have supercars for rallycross, both European rallycross and global rallycross and X Games all get run out here. And then also the super lights, which you see back here.
Tanner Foust has one of the most diverse resumes in racing. From drift To rally, to stunt work, he's arguably one of the most well-rounded drivers in the world.
We all have kind of a unique story here. I mean, even though we come from different backgrounds and live in different places, we all have kind of that common denominator of being car guys. This old Porsche back here, for me, was a hot rod that I grew up with. Turns out it's probably one of the slowest Porsches ever built. But when I was, 6 years old, I thought it was the absolute fastest thing on the planet. It's important to know why we're doing this, because cars are fun. And then next to it, kind of a new technology car. This is the Superlight car. This is actually a car that OMSE has built that will run alongside the GRC. It'll be literally a support race to the supercar races. It's all-wheel drive, 300 horsepower. It's really kind of the latest in technology in small car racing, a sequential SADEV gearbox. Now that we're a part of a factory team with Ford, we're able to utilize all the crazy high-tech stuff. So in my camp, there's going to be a lot thrown at you, and the bar is definitely going to be raised. Ready to go to the camp?
Coming up next.
That was fairly dramatic.
Octane Academy is brought to you by Ford, Go Further, and by Ally Sports.
Gentlemen, welcome. I'm stoked to get this thing started. What I'm doing with this particular challenge is going to take you all out of your wheelhouse. Really, you're going to have to ignore a lot of the skills and a lot of the habits that you already have that have maybe paid off on the racetrack, and just focus on the techniques that we talk about here in the future and just get it done. And essentially, it's made up of 3 parts. We've got a reverse spin turn, where you're going to be accelerating down a narrow lane, reverse spin turn into a box coming to a stop. Got a backwards entry. Be going around a high-speed corner, lifting off, getting the car to rotate backwards as far as you dare, and then saving it. And then third is a 360-degree spin into a box.
The drivers are given only 2 chances to complete each maneuver. Those who don't will be eliminated from the rest of the challenge.
That's basically how it's gonna go. So there's gonna be a lot of spinning around. Hope you took your Dramamine. We've got a pretty killer spot to do this. You can feel it's super slippery. You guys stoked to do this? Yeah. All right, let's do it.
From being from oval track racing, and the stunting is a lot different. You use handbrake, you use a lot of different angles you turn. I just drive fast and turn left. I'm definitely gonna have to adapt. I'm gonna make up for that in the drivability of the car.
Nicely done.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I think that's a pass. Moving on.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Right now, watch the front tires. Watch the front tires. See, that was very good. From the outside, it looked nice and smooth. I can almost guarantee you that inside the car there, that stick was just being driven all over the place. I'm surprised we didn't hear it like bzz, 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 grinding in different gears and stuff. This is the dark horse, though. We're gonna see what happens. Pretty tentative and safe. I would have liked to have seen him add another 20%. At the end of the day, I would say that's a pass.
Ooh, way too much.
And the pressure is applied. That's what that is. That is, oh, I'm gonna go big and make it look cool, and I completely screw it all up.
Two failed attempts at the reverse 180 eliminates Robert Strohmeyer from the first challenge, putting him in 4th place.
Yeah, well, I wonder what the lesson learned is on that one.
What I just did was uncharacteristic of me. I've never biffed that hard ever in my life. That was devastating to me.
Coming up next.
If I don't come second or better, my chances are pretty much shot.
In the first challenge, Robert Strohmeyer failed to execute the reverse 180, which eliminated him from the remainder of the challenge. Zach Ralston, Rafael Santos, and Kyle Johnson move on to part 2.
First of all, one of the only differences in real technique between driving an all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, and a front-wheel drive is this correction right here. You really don't even need to steer into the skid. It's just going to take gas with a front-wheel drive and it'll pull its way right out. That's one thing I'm looking for, is that they're adapting to the fact that it's a front-wheel drive car. Secondly, it's knowing how big to light the fire before putting it out. Some guys are going to give a little tug to the brake and barely get sideways. Some are going to do a complete 360 on accident. We'll see who's who. Come on, Joe! He used a lot of steering, but he still pulled off the reverse entry. Nice job. Nice! Somebody gets to do some 360s. All right. Who's up now? Oh, it's Rafael.
In this challenge, I may be an underdog here. Listen, I'm not one to back down.
He found the limit. I mean, went beyond the limit, doubled it a little bit. I think Rafael almost ripped the handbrake right off the thing. He's just a little aggro sometimes. The pressure is on right now for Rafael, that's for sure. The fact of the matter is, if you have a problem with this, the 360 is going to throw you for a real loop. Good Lord.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Good job, man.
So he's moving on. Kyle, in his first run, he approached with a very tentative first couple runs, and he really built it. And he built it into a passing run barely. He needs to step it up a little bit. That was awesome. That, my friend, was solid.
Thanks, bud. I remembered what you told me at the draft, to not correct so much and let it slide a little bit more.
Just to drive it home. Like it. Nice job. Third is a 360-degree spin into a box. It sounds simple, you see it in the movies all the time, but it's a tricky thing to do in a really narrow space like we have here. So far, the pattern for Zach has been perfect on the practice, choke on the second practice, barely nail it on the first one that counts. Here he comes. That was fairly dramatic. Wow. Pretty important to keep it tidy. It's almost like he didn't even believe that it just happened. Wow. That was like learning curve right there, huh? At the very end, were you surprised that the steering wheel was straight and you were just driving down the road? I saw it like jerking around, like maybe you're like, wait, is that really where am I really just going right to the box?
Yeah. It's definitely hard to get used to.
Well, that one worked out for you pretty well, especially after the first couple of them. Awesome job. All right, Rafael.
I'm doing it.
You're shaking at the driver's seat and shaking the wheel. No, I'm sure he's not. I'm sure he's not. Now make it count, Rafael.
That's how we do it, baby. That's how we do it. Tanner, did you see that? You think you saw it, right?
Amazing.
Did you upset?
That's amazing.
Oh, man. That's what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about.
I just hope we haven't created a monster. Whoa. That wasn't so bad, was it?
No, it came naturally. Like, you know, in my head.
I don't believe
trying
you
to
for
play
a
it out.
second. What was it that could help you keep your head around it and not get kind of overly aggressive in the car?
I think it was because I do have to get overly aggressive. You really got to upset the car in order to get that much rotation, like, in a way.
The forte right there.
Exactly.
Boom.
So, mess stuff up.
Oh,
so,
we're working in your wheelhouse
boom.
then.
Yeah, dropped in the second gear, and then just look where you're going. And if you look at the videos, the whole time I was kind and I spotted myself, and once you know that coordination, you know where the car's coming around, piece of cake.
Lesson learned.
All right, thanks
Nice
a lot.
job.
Appreciate it.
Nice job. Kyle has spent his fair share of time playing around. He showed in the reverse entry that he's got good feel for a car once it's sideways. He's got total control of a car once it's sideways, but this is a different story. This is completely spinning around in slow motion. So this is a guy that I think was pretty confident about this particular challenge. I know he's practiced it, but he's probably practiced it on dry pavement. This is the first one that counts right here. This is it. Is he gonna nail it right off the bat? Damn. Three-way tie right now. That's a three-way tie. Unbelievable.
Thought it was pretty good, and then it came around a little bit further than I wanted it to.
Yeah, it wasn't 100%, it wasn't super tight, but you stayed within what we wanted anyway, and you landed in the box, and that's all that counts. You're moving on. You did it when it counted. Congrats, dude.
Tanner, after the first challenge, did you ever think there would be a three-way tie for first place?
No, I mean, I thought that how hard the challenges were and how technical like the surface and everything was, that we were going to be weeding people out and hope that somebody was actually going to get to the last one so we could see a 360. I had no idea 3 people would make it all the way and nail the 360 on the first judged run.
Coming up next.
Oh, he takes out a barrel.
It's back to the hangar for challenge number 2. For last place Robert Strohmeyer, now's the time to prove his driving skills.
So, second challenge, this is where it all comes together. This is an important one for you, Robert, for sure, as you're trying to reverse your ways from the first challenge. There's a lot going on in this challenge, and a big part of being a racer is something that's not talked about a lot, and that is memorizing a track. In just a few short minutes, that's all you're gonna have to memorize a very complicated track here. To make it worse, we've got lights that are gonna be turning on as you come into that section of the track so that you can't preview it as you're driving, and it's all on the clock. This is grabbing gear, shifting, this is for time, this is the real deal. Let's do it.
Do it.
I got devastated really when everybody tied for first. I've never performed that poorly ever in my racing career. If I don't come second or better, then my chances are pretty much shot.
Robert, I thought was my guy. He was my first round pick. Now he's in last place. And I feel for the guy, but he's got to come from 0 to hero right now.
There we go.
He's off.
You think it was just the pressure that got you on the first challenge?
I don't know if he just didn't take it seriously or it was the pressure, but he crumbled. He's carrying momentum out of these corners. His specialty is high horsepower rear-wheel drive cars, so this is not necessarily in his wheelhouse, but he's obviously got the track memorized. He's carrying good speed. This is where he gets a little bit blinded. Oh, he shoots wide on that one. That was not a good one to shoot wide on. Get in there, Robert, and clock is stopped. Felt good?
Clean run, could be faster after a couple of turns. Some guys out here are really fast, Zach being one of them, but I think I took it.
Look tight. Awesome. Yeah, nice work.
Thank you.
I think I'm going to be able to hold it together a lot better than a lot of these guys.
We'll have to see what happens here. Into the first corner. See, he gets held up coming out of that hairpin. That's probably a half a second right there. Oh, he takes out a barrel with the back. Zachariah. Now he's going for it. He's got nothing to lose. Very nice in that last hairpin. And he's done. It's a bummer, and you forget what a big deal that is, but he gets out of the car, and God, these guys are so disappointed when they make a mistake. It's, potentially life-changing barrel he just hit.
Came in a little too hot on the slaloms and messed up quite a bit. I don't know, I didn't think I did very good on that one. I didn't need that.
Coming up next.
Any mistake you make can take you out.
After a disappointing start, Robert Strohmeyer has taken the lead in Challenge 2 as a result of Zach Ralston's close encounter with a barrel. The pressure mounts as Kyle Johnson gets ready for his run.
Going into this, feeling real confident. Just gotta set a smooth lap. Hopefully I can get them guys to maybe push too hard and make them have a mistake and put me on top.
Right there, you see how he just got held up? Where Robert carried momentum through here. Okay, here's where Zach had the problem. Oh, a little bit of a slide. Ooh, I'm sorry, but Kyle is good. Kyle is good. See if he can not lose too much speed here. See how instead of just spinning out and stopping, he's carrying good momentum. He's giving those barrels a lot of room.
This corner right here is gonna...
Does he sacrifice? Yes, he sacrifices the first one to get a good exit on the second one, and it pays off. That was awesome. Wow. Dude, that was awesome.
Thanks, man.
First hairpin. You lost some time.
Yeah.
I saw you sacrifice this very last right-hander in order to get a good line out of the very last corner of the turn. Awesome. Yep. Nice job.
You know who I know is really good at finding traction?
This guy.
Come on in, Raphael. Translate and adapt. Good luck. I hope he pulls it through. So far, he's been kind of lucky every time he's been under the gun. I think a little bit of luck, but obviously he has the skills to do it since he's made it this far. He got picked in the draft for a reason. Hopefully he shows it. Hairpin. Lost some time there. Bunch of wheel spin. Whoa, carrying a lot of speed into that one. Comes in with a good strategy for this one. Makes it across the line. I'm gonna go say hello. He's doing push-ups and kissing the ground. Feel good?
Feel good.
Nice.
I was trying different things in the corners, trying to learn as much as I could, as fast as I could. Could I have done it better? Hell yeah. Did I do all right? I think so. I think I'm competitive.
All right, Tanner, so we just got done with your second challenge. Let's hear what the results are.
First of all, Zach made one of the only kind of obvious mistakes. It ended up costing some time. And so that was a 56-second run. The next three guys were all within, after all of that, half a second.
Oh, man.
Yeah, very, very close. Raphael comes with a 46.47 for third place. Second place goes to Kyle with a 46.41. With a 46.09 goes to Robert, pulling it in from last place to first place for maximum points. Congratulations.
I am at the best I could be right now by winning the second challenge. I just won it. I just proved that I am going to be the fastest, and I'm going to take that momentum into Challenge 3.
Tanner Foust takes the drivers to the legendary Irwindale Speedway for the Focus ST Road Course Challenge. The results will determine who stays and who goes home, as 2 drivers will be eliminated after this challenge.
The first and second challenge were important, but with the third challenge, it's no longer just academic. This is slice and dice time. We're cutting the team in half. And it's gonna separate the men from the boys, I think.
Guys, this is the big one. I mean, it's not the finals, but it might as well be. This is the first time that we're gonna lose 2 of you. The challenge that we have here is totally different than anything we've done. We've got a high-speed track. You're gonna be hitting 4th gear through the bank. There's gonna be a lot of braking, a lot of weight transfer side to side, everything to upset this car that I could possibly throw at you. You ready to give this a shot?
Hell yeah.
Robert, you're first. Helmet up, let's do it.
It's a do or die thing. I have to either come in first or second. My mindset is just complete domination.
Robert is my first round draft pick. I mean, Vaughn and I were definitely fighting over him. We definitely saw something in the camp that, we thought was the right stuff, but it hasn't been a sweep. I mean, he's struggled. He was in last place at one point. When he does something wrong, he's the one that beats himself up over it so much he has to run it off. He may be too mental for some of this stuff. Holy crap, it all comes down to this for Robert. Oh my gosh, the clutch slip on the launch. Just being so efficient with it. Coming in a bit deep into the hairpin. He didn't knock it over. He nips the barrel and doesn't knock it over. Massive amounts of wheel spin in second gear as he crosses the finish line. Not a bad first lap. This is when it gets a little bit on the hectic side. Watch the wheel spin. Watch the wheel spin, my friend. Oh, he's coming in too hot. That's too much. Don't go for it, Robert. And he's done. That was nice. Very nice. You know that felt good.
Yeah, it did feel good.
You actually hit the barrel, it wobbled, and didn't go down.
So am I
good?
good?
You are good. Nice work.
I'm feeling pretty good about that run. I wound up flipping one of the barrels, but it weeble wobbled a little bit, but stayed right where it was, so I don't get a penalty. I'm pretty stoked. I think that was a pretty fast run.
Right now, really, it's all down to this last challenge. He picked us all for a special reason, and on paper, I'm probably one of the more qualified drivers of this group, but any mistake you make can take you out of it.
I don't think this is in Zach's area of expertise. Where Zach comes from, there's not a lot of hard braking into hairpins. There's not a lot of carrying speed through hairpins. They have to carry speed through big corners in circle track racing. Now, he did say that he practiced in a front-wheel drive car coming into this. I applaud him for that. We'll see if it pays off. Also, a lot of clutch on the takeoff. Oh, late braking. But get it in gear, dude. That was not good. Not good. But he may not be out of it yet. It's funny how history repeats itself. Zach, strangely enough, is the one that kind of choked on the inside, hitting the barrel. And here, corner number one, just lost it. He's feeling a little bit dejected right now. He's got to do the best that he can right now. He's over tentative now. Don't use the handbrake, my friend. I don't know why he's pulling the handbrake. No idea. Come on, Zach. Oh, Zach. You know what? He's gonna kick himself over that. He's gonna be so pissed. Doesn't even want to come back here to talk about it. Don't beat yourself up, dude. Were you on the handbrake?
Huh?
Was it the handbrake that was locking up the back tires, or was it just the foot brake?
The handbrake in the first one or whatever, I shouldn't have.
Shouldn't have used the handbrake.
No, hell no. Messed up spinning out the first lap or whatever, went a little too fast, and I grabbed the handbrake, and I shouldn't have done that. I thought the car was gonna hook up a little bit better, but it didn't, so it's all good. This sucks.
Coming up next.
There's so much here at stake. It's incredible.
Back at Irwindale Speedway, Robert Strohmeyer has the fastest time on the Focus ST road course. But with Kyle Johnson and the always unpredictable Rafael Santos yet to race, it's far from over.
I'm in second place now. Not happy to say that, not only because it's second, but because I got here because someone else messed up. I have a lot of competition. It's anybody's game. I can squeeze second and may be able to make it to the top two, but I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for first.
I mean, with Zach kind of blowing it there, it opens the door for Rafael. He doesn't know it, but the door is wide open. He's got to know that he's on a wing and a prayer. That's why he keeps praying, I think. Rafael's been the underdog, that's for sure, but now the door's open. Coming into the first hairpin turn. This has been a telling turn for everybody. Good Lord, he comes in deep. A little bit of understeer. A little bit of wheel spin, but you know what? It's happening. Pretty tentative coming into the slalom. Clean and tidy. This is not the Raphael I know. He's fourth gear through here. He should be finding third as he exits. Braking all the way down to second gear. Hard on the brakes, nice work. Not fast enough to wag the tail, but he's clean as hell. What is going on? Where is Raphael? What the hell happened? That was clean and smooth and tidy.
That's how I do it, clean and smooth and tidy.
No, it isn't.
Always gotta wipe twice, you know?
Good Lord, that was graphic. I just shook your hand too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now we have Iceman Kyle, who's literally not had a single expression change on his face in 2 days, but he has clicked off the driving. The pressure's on. We'll see if Iceman stays cold. I'm nervous for him. I couldn't be more nervous than Kyle right now for him, Rhett. I'm gonna say that that looked butter smooth. A lot of brake lockup. I can't tell if that's just the foot brake or if he's actually pulling the handbrake. I can't imagine that he would be pulling the handbrake. That would just be slow. Top of fourth gear. So aggressive. Now we see the Iceman crack. One mistake and he's shattered. He's having a hard time even just driving around the track at this point. I do love this game. Deep breath. Yeah. Deep breath.
Did real good first lap, nice and smooth like my strategy was gonna be, and then I stepped on my on the second one.
If your first lap was as good as it looked, you're still in the hunt.
I hope they made some errors and our times are probably gonna be close like they were in the warehouse.
Tanner, tell me what you saw from these guys out here on this fast course.
I mean, this was a challenging course. Top of fourth gear. Thought everybody looked smooth. I mean, it really was great driving on all parts. I think regardless of what happens here, all of you have some sort of career in racing. There's enough experience, talent, and drive from all of you to push that. Get in a car, turn wheels for a living, all right?
Can we get that in writing?
No. But we do need to narrow it down to 2 right now. Zach, you did have probably the biggest mistake on the run and went off the track, and you came in with a 127.2, and that was 4th place. The other 3 drivers were incredibly close. Raphael, you had the fastest time.
Wow. Oh my God.
120.4. So it came down to Robert and Kyle. Between them, very little time. Kyle on the first lap had it. It was by far the fastest first lap, and then the smallest mistake on the second lap put you off. So 2nd place goes to Robert.
Awesome.
Nice job, guys. Congratulations.
Wow.
It's still unreal. My heart is just like, oh, it's crazy. It's absolute. And just to have Tanner telling me like, hey, you know, you did good and you had the fastest time, I'm at a loss for words, to be honest with you.
I'm super stoked that I actually made top 2. We're so close to each other that it's anybody's game.
You guys ready for the 4th and final challenge?
Dream come true.
Yeah.
Dream come true.
Right.
Nice.
Coming up next.
Come on, Raffy, bring it.
Octane Academy is brought to you by Ford, Go Further, and by Ally Sports.
Being able to bring in actual race cars for them to drive in the Octane Academy, it definitely was a totally different level. Not only for them, but for what I thought I could do in the Academy. I thought with the caliber of drivers we had in the Octane Academy, it was really a necessary thing to show the difference between the have-nots and the haves. Gentlemen,
What's going on, Tanner?
we've got another 2-lap challenge. A lot of stuff going on. Obviously, the Supercar Light, 300 plus horsepower, normally aspirated, Duratec engine. It's all-wheel drive, sequential shift, tube frame, real deal race car, all the latest tech you can get on a race car. Gonna do a standing start off the line, 2 laps. You'll see that about halfway through the lap, we got a water feature, so it's gonna get kind of slippery. We also have a tabletop jump over there, and then your second time through the finish, you're done.
The winner will represent Tanner Foust in the Octane Academy finale. You guys ready to get behind the wheel of a real race car?
I'm ready.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. All right.
You're up first.
Challenge 4 is definitely a end-all, be-all. Whoever wins takes it and goes on to the finals.
It's going to be real tough to adapt, but I'm looking forward to it. It's a dream come true.
Raphael has actually stepped up his game more than a few notches, and so I can't underestimate him at all anymore.
There's so much here at stake. All I wanted to do growing up was to be a race car driver.
But the reality is anybody who has the fastest time is going to go on to the final. So basically, I want to be the victor.
All right, we got the water running. We got the jump and play. Launch control activated. I can't believe it's all coming down to 2 laps right now. Good job. Nice. That was freaking awesome.
A little weeble wobble right here, but I think a clean lap.
Nice, brother.
Oh, yeah.
That was good stuff.
Amazing.
You put it together pretty good, I thought. You know, the first time you came into the chicane, and you notice how the steering gets a little bit heavy once it gets a little too sideways. And you also had a much better line out of here, which cost you a little. It almost was too fast.
Yes,
left-hander
exactly. There. So it got, when I was on the brakes, it got a little tail happy. And then when I started getting on the throttle, it still kept on going out. And I just had to back off a little bit and then go.
Yeah. Nice work.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Oh, yeah. Come on, Rafi, bring it.
Absolutely amazing.
Hello, Goliath. I'm David.
It's still unreal. My heart is just like, oh, it's crazy.
Do it.
Do my best to make your problem, man.
All right. I know you can do it.
But I hope Rafi gets just overwhelmed by the car and just kind of freaks out and doesn't go fast, because I think I did really well.
For Raphael, I don't think he has as much of a feel for skidding tire as Robert does. So for him, his key is to not let the car get away from him. I can tell he's yanking that thing so hard. Pretty hard landing on the jump. Coming into the last lap. Keep it safe, buddy. Nice. Still in third gear, he never found second. He doesn't quite have the timing on the shifting. That could be costing him here. Hard landing. Is your back okay?
My pride's hurt more than anything.
You know what? It wasn't bad. It's just maybe...
It was bad.
It was bad. What was the worst part about it?
For some reason, I kept grabbing gears and they weren't there.
Yeah.
I guess I wasn't hitting the clutch enough or something. I wasn't able to bring it home.
Tanner, You watch these guys, you have the times, break it down.
First of all, you both did a great job. I will say, after all of that, which is more than 1 minute, 20 seconds, it came to within 2 seconds. So with a 1:23, Raphael, you came in second, and a 1:21. Awesome. Robert, you take it. Oh! Sorry, buddy.
No worries, no worries. It's all good.
I can't begin to thank Octane Academy for what they've done for me here. You know, I've gotten to race on tracks across the country that would take me a lot longer to get here. And this experience has motivated me. I'm not gonna stop here, no way. This is just a trampoline in my career to bounce me up. And I'm gonna do whatever I can to make it to where I wanna be.
What do you think? You and Robert taking it this year?
I've seen the lineup of the 24 drivers that, you know, got narrowed down to the 16. I don't think there's anyone that's gonna take you, Robert.
Well, I'm ready to prove you right, and I represent you in the final, and I can't wait to win.
Freaking do it, I'm gonna hold you to that.
So Robert Strohmeyer moves on to face the winners of Vaughn Gittin Jr., Ken Block, and Brian Deegan's camps in the Octane Academy finale.
Winning Tanner Faust's camp is a huge milestone in my career, period. My mindset is to win everything, and everybody else can it.
On the next Octane Academy.
You know, my camp is going to be about putting these drivers through everything that I've had to go through to be successful in this world. And the best guy is going to leave representing my camp.
I did not come here to lose. I didn't come for a vacation. I came here to win, and that's what I'm going to do.
I've been racing something almost every weekend since I was little, so it's almost like my life. That means a lot to me.
Like when these guys are sitting around talking, I'm always trying to figure out how to go faster.
I definitely want this more than anything I believe I've ever came in contact with in my entire life.
Kid is a killer. Yeah, dog! He is a killer.